So a couple of months ago, I've made a video on how you can use your GoPro camera as your main YouTube studio camera, and many of you have liked that video. If you want to watch that video, I'm going to leave a link up here. And today I want to do a follow-up video to show you how you can use your GoPro as an overhead camera for unboxing videos, product reviews, maybe drawing, or maybe you want to show how you're playing on your musical instrument or whatever it is you want to do, and show it from an overhead angle with your GoPro. I'm gonna try to use as less stuff as possible so it will be cheap for you and more accessible to you. With that being said, let's start first with the GoPro settings to have the best image quality possible from the GoPro. So first of all, I'm going to use my GoPro Hero 7 Black, but you can use any GoPro that you want pretty much. GoPro Hero 8, 5, 6, 7, 4, whatever you have. Now let's start with the settings. For the resolution and FPS, I'm using 2.7K in 24 frames per second because I want to have the linear field of view. If you have the GoPro Hero 8, you can put that to 4K and then you will have the linear field of view as well, but I have the GoPro Hero 7 and unfortunately does not support the linear field of view in 4K, so I'm gonna dial it down to 2.7K 24 frames per second. Next one is stabilization. I'm gonna leave it at off because it's gonna be on a tripod. Pro Tune is on. Shutter, I'm gonna choose 1/48 because I want to have as much control as possible on the exposure. White balance, I'm gonna put to 4500 because that's what my light is. If your light is 6000, then put 6000. If your light is 7000, then put to 7000. Just do not put on auto because you're gonna have different kind of colors throughout the video. If you want it to look professional, just lock it at one white balance setting, and then in post-production you can add a little bit of warmth, or you can cool it down a little bit as needed. The next is ISO, a minimum and maximum. I'm gonna put it to 200 minimum and maximum as well to 200. Now, if you have a brighter light than I have, a very bright light, you can put the ISO minimum to 100 and ISO maximum to 100, but I don't have a bright enough light for this kind of exposure. So if you have a bright light, put ISO 100, you'll be fine. But I would recommend not going over 400 to have the best image quality possible from your GoPro. Next one is sharpness. I'm gonna leave that at medium. Color, I'm gonna leave it flat because I want to have as much control as possible in post-production. Raw audio off and microphones at stereo because it's gonna be inside the studio. And to be honest, I'm using an external microphone to record the audio, but if you're gonna use the onboard microphone on the GoPro, use the stereo setting because you're not gonna have any wind when you're gonna film at home or in a studio. So let me show you exactly what I'm gonna use for the overhead setup with my GoPro Hero 7 Black. First of all is the lighting. This is a cheap softbox light that costs around 30 to 50 US. Very, very cheap. Comes with a light bulb inside, has a soft diffuser from the outside to kind of have soft lighting, and that's pretty much it for the lighting. I'm going to also use actually this lighting here, which is going to light the wall, and from the wall it's going to reflect and light up the shadows a little bit. You don't have to use this, it's not necessary, but I like to use it to kind of have more stylish look in my videos. The next thing is a table, of course, and I have here a reflective table. As you can see, I can see the light from the reflection, and because of that I'm using these boards. These are drawing boards for art. I have three colors of them. I have brown, yellow and blue, which I'm using to kind of avoid the reflection from the table, and also kind of add a little bit of color when I'm filming my videos and to keep the video very clean so I can see the reflection, and also I can see just one color like that, and that's it, to keep everything very slim, very simple and clean. Last thing is the tripod. I'm using a pretty expensive actually Sirui carbon fiber tripod, but you can use any tripod that you want for this kind of a setup. So as you can see here, I have two legs here and one leg on the back, and the leg on the back is a little bit longer than the legs on the front. And this is because I want the tripod to lean forward a little bit, So I'll have this kind of a look for an overhead setup. Okay, so basically you're gonna adjust two legs on the front are going to be short and the leg on the back is going to be longer. And if you want to add more stability to your tripod, you can hook a sandbag, a backpack or something heavy here so the tripod won't move when you're doing your work. Okay, so now let's mount the GoPro Hero 7 Black on the tripod, adjust everything, and I'll show you how it looks for an overhead videos. All right, so I have the GoPro now mounted on the tripod and it's filming me, as you can see right here. I'm gonna add a little bit of lighting from the left that's reflecting from the wall, like I said before. So look at my hand. It's gonna be a little bit darker now. As you can see, this side is a little bit darker. And now I'm gonna turn it on, a little bit of lighting here on the side. And as you can see, it looks pretty much perfect. Let me bring some products in here so I can show you how it looks when you're doing an unboxing or something like that. So this is the new battery that I bought a couple of days ago. Let's pretend that I'm doing an unboxing. As you can see the whole box. And obviously I can also move my tripod a little bit upwards. And we can see this side is filled with my table, but I can move around the board a little bit, just like so. And maybe move it downwards a little bit more. And now we have the whole frame filled with this board, with the brown board. So now I can show the product, blah, blah, blah. I'm unboxing. Okay. Let's pretend I'm unboxing something. Can show the whole thing. And also I'm looking at the screen on the back of the GoPro to monitor myself. But you can also obviously hook your GoPro to your iPad, to your iPhone, or to your smartphone and monitor yourself that way. And because I turned off the stabilization, as you can see, the delay is really, really low, which is great because I can use now my iPad as my monitor basically, and it's reliable. Another thing that you can do obviously is if you're drawing, so you want to show how you're drawing something. I'm sorry, I don't really know how to draw very well. So I'm just gonna draw whatever I can. Okay. Last that you can do is maybe you want to do some tutorials for your iPhone, for your iPad or whatever. You can also film it that way. And as you can see the lighting here. So I can move it a little bit. Like that. Looks a little bit underexposed, but it's totally workable. By the way, I created this track right now. This is one of my tracks that I created for my YouTube videos. So you can show like tutorials like that with your GoPro. So this is how you use your GoPro as an overhead camera for unboxing videos, drawing videos, or whatever videos you want to make with an overhead camera angle. Remember, the most important thing is lighting, then audio, then composition and style, and the last thing is the camera itself. So if you have just a GoPro camera, don't come with any excuses why not to create. You can still create amazing videos with just using your GoPro. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.